Hi everyone, this is Naomi. Welcome back to Naomi's Bookshelf. I'm still lost my voice, so I'm very sorry about that, but it's October. I don't want to miss this tag, and it's just something to distract me right now, so we're gonna just go ahead and do the tag. Now, the first thing about this tag is that I was tagged by Victoria from a musical bookworm. Thank you, Victoria, for tagging me. I saw this tag and I wanted to do it, and then you tagged me, so it was even better. And this tag was created by A Beautiful Chaos of Books, which is Nicole over there. She made a Spotify list of all these songs because it is the Halloween song book tag. Now, full disclosure, I don't do a lot of Halloween things. I don't watch a lot of Halloween movies or listen to Halloween songs, but I do like the tag. So we're gonna, sorry. So we're gonna just go in. The first one, I'm gonna look down my notes, is Thriller, a thriller. So the song Thriller. A book that was a page turner. And for that one, it would have to be, there's so many that are those options. But the first one that came to mind is The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. Now, this one is such a good historical fiction set in World War II, just after World War II, and World War I as a female spy in World War I. And it was just, I had to do some stuff that day. It was like, I think it was Remembrance Day weekend, if I remember right. So it was a stat. I was trying to read it and for my book club, and while I was trying to like do things like laundry, adult stuff, and I had my timer going, and I would be reading this book, and every time the timer went off, I literally just hit snooze. So it turned into a 5-hour fest of reading this book, and I could not stop. It was amazing. If you're looking for a really powerful World War II, mostly World War I book, pick up The Alice Network. Female spies, amazing plot, and really based in history. So loved this one. The next one is Somebody's Watching Me, which is a book that gave you the creeps. Now, this one is a book that didn't give me the creeps while reading, but after the fact, I definitely felt the creeps. And to this day, sometimes I feel the creeps. And that is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. Wow. This one, when I was reading it, I was like, oh, that's a good mystery, a good story. Wow, that's a good plot twist. But then, ever since then, the big reveal, if you've read the book, still sometimes scares me. It was a very creepy book at times, especially after the fact, so I want to reread it and go back and find all those creepy parts again, because it's the season. All right, the next prompt is a vampire, a book that is soul-sucking, or that you was like, it was too tedious to get, so tedious to get through. And this is kind of a sneak peek into my wrap-up for the month, but it's Crossing Places by Ellie Griffith. Now, I'm just not going to go too much into it, as I will talk about more in my wrap-up, but this one had a lot of problems for me, and I was forcing myself to pick it up. So I didn't even finish it, and I probably won't. I honestly do not see myself ever finishing this book. It was so soul-sucking, but I'll tell you more of my thoughts in my wrap-up this month. The next prompt is I Put a Spell on You, which is a book about witchcraft or magic. Now for this one, I don't read a lot of fantasy, so there's not many choices on my shelves, but I decided to go with The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, especially this edition, since I wanted to show it off. I just found this. It's the full bind-up, and it looks so amazing. Yeah, so obviously the White Witch in the first book, not chronologically, but publication-wise. And then there's all those different magical elements about Narnia that make it just so special and warm in our hearts. The next song is This Halloween, which is your favorite snack or treat to eat this season. And I just really love popcorn. Popcorn is my favorite snack to eat while I'm reading. Not really chips. I find that like they're too cumbersome for my hands, but I love popcorn. I don't know. I'm not a massive eater. If I'm really sucked into a book, I won't be eating it all. I'll just be like reading and turning pages. So the next song is Time Warp, and then quotations. Let's do the Time Warp again. Your favorite book to return to this season. And honestly, I don't return to many mysteries or thrillers unless I like absolutely love and adore them. And I do love a lot of thrillers and mysteries, but this one just I keep listening to, because I have the audiobook of it. I love rereading it, and I'll often just pop it on if I want something just to, that's easy to get through because I know the story. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This one is so creepy to me. It's perfect for Halloween season, and I just return to it almost yearly, at least. if not more than once a year. I re-listen to this book by Dan Stevens. He's an amazing narrator. If you want to listen to him, listen to an audiobook of this, listen to Dan Stevens. He also does A Murder on the Orient Express if you want to get another book by him as well, by Agatha Christie. But yeah, And Then There Were None is definitely the creepy book I return to this time of year. The next one is Hungry Like a Wolf, and it's a book that you devoured because you just loved it so much. And I could have gone with several, to be honest, but I decided to go with this one because it just has the memory of, for me, of just not putting it down, and that is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So it's written by Jane Austen originally, obviously, but then changed by Seth Graham Smith, and this is such a fun book. It's perfect for the season as well if you're wanting a good book. It's just so witty and so clever, and I just love this. I was reading it on a trip down to my parents in the Caribbean as they're missionaries there, and I just kept reading it while I was on the trip. I didn't care. I just wanted to finish this book and keep reading it, and I was reading parts aloud to my family, and they thought I was nuts. But this book I just could not put down. It just made me laugh the whole time. So definitely a highlight book for me of a book I devoured. And it's zombies. They devour things too. So even better for the category. The next prompt is the Addams Family, a dysfunctional family. And I've never actually watched the Addams Family, so I know. I just never got into watching Halloween-ish things or whatnot when I was a kid. Anyways, so my dysfunctional family has got to be The Family from Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Yeah, that's basically what this whole book was about. I did a big rant about it in a full of spoilers review video, which I can link down below if you want to watch it. But yeah, hated this book and super dysfunctional family. I can handle dysfunctional family, but this is a whole nother level. The next one is Super Monsters and Scary Creeps, and it is a book or genre, a book genre that you're scared or intimidated to pick up. And for me, that's gotta be like the big, massive classics. One second. The next prompt is Scary Monsters and Super Creeps, which is like a book genre that you are scared or intimidated to pick up and read. And for me, like there's a few, like I really don't like dystopian. I'm not scared to read them typically, but I just don't want to. But one thing that I'm scared to read or massively intimidated are the massive classics like these ones. And now I know that I love this author. I love Elizabeth Gaskell and her writing, but I've never picked up North and South because I'm just scared. It's just big, and I know it's like a project, but I know I'm gonna love it, and I don't know why I just don't pick it up. The next, like another example is Lemez. I never can pronounce this right, so I'm not even gonna bother trying, by Victor Hugo. And this one is, like, look at the size. It's by far the biggest book I own, and it's daunting, it's scary, but I'm probably going to love it. And I just haven't picked it up. So it's one of those things where big classics terrify me, and I'm really proud of myself for working my way through two at the moment. But definitely a scary genre if you want to call big books a genre. If not, probably science fiction, because I don't really like reading science fiction either. Then the last prompt is The Twilight Zone, which is a book that was written in a unique or different format. And that one I think has to go to The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I have never read a book before that's like done in this way where it's narrated by death. It's very interesting, and it makes you read it in a different way, especially when like death's association with things. So it's very different, and I really have liked it, but it's very unique from my personal experience. So this has got to be my unique premise or setup book. So the next thing is to tag people, and I'm not sure who I'm going to tag at this moment, as it's a very hectic weekend with filming. Not filming, but with life, so I'm not really sure right now. I'll leave their names listed down below, and I hope you do it if I tag you. Tell me, what is your favorite Halloween movie that I should watch? Now, just so you know, I am not into scary movies. Like, their trailers freak me out. So no, I will not be watching those. But if you have any other suggestions, please leave them down below, and I will be glad to watch them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and happy Halloween. Bye.